It's another breaking news, and I just love how things are turning out in Nigeria. Because, of course, if the youth of the country do not take this bold step, there would have been more victims that would lose their lives on a daily basis regarding this SARS and police brutality. But, of course, just after that of the president, Sanwo-Olu, that is the governor of Lagos State, moved to get justice for victims of SARS brutality and also set up inquiry panel. That is really, really commendable. I think all this started with the Oyo State government. He ensured that there was no one that is being harassed by the police or by the SARS during the protest, and he made that very clear to the police commissioner of the state that no protester must be hurt for any reason. And I think all other governors are beginning to see to this, and they are taking effect to ensure that protesters are really safe and express their grievances in a peaceful manner. Well, right here, let us shift quickly into the breaking news as to hear what Sanwo-Olu has done for the Lagos state government and the citizens of the state. Well, guys, like we do here, thank you so much for always tuning into this channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love and your support. I cannot take it for granted. You guys have been awesome. Yes, really awesome. And don't forget that this is the best place to be. This is Saffron Media. Please ensure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because that is the best way we know you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Okay, my dear friends, let us dive right in and hear what the Lagos State Governor has to say to the protesters and some of the marks that he has been able to tick as a state governor. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has activated a process of getting justice for the victims of brutality and extrajudicial actions committed by some operatives of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS), the dissolved tactical unit in Nigeria Police Force in Lagos. Sanwo-Olu on Tuesday said the state government will be setting up a panel of inquiry that will compromise youth leaders appointed by end-SARS protesters, members of the public, government officials and security agencies to look into the allegations of human rights abuses leveled against SARS operatives in the state. The objective of the panel, the governor said, is to bring indicted police officers to book and get justice for victims killed and maimed by SARS operatives. Besides, Sanwo-Olu also set up a trust fund to compensate the families of the victim of police brutality in the state. The process of managing and disbursing the funds will be completely supervised by civil society organizations appointed by members of the public, the governor said. And we also gathered that he actually dropped a sum of, he promised that he would drop about the sum of 200 million naira for victims that are affected by the police brutality during the protest. Sanwo-Olu made the development known while addressing the youth protesting against SARS excessiveness at the State House in Alausa. The protesters were led by Nollywood actors, music artists, and comedians, among who were Debo Adebayo, popularly known as MC Macaroni, and Oluwatoyin Bayegun, known as Woli Arole. It was the second time in 2 days Sanwo-Olu would be meeting face-to-face with youths leading end-SARS campaign across the state. On Monday, the governor was at the Lekki Toll Plaza, where protesters camped and blocked the expressway to air their agitations. Sanwo-Olu reiterated that he identified with the protesters in their campaign against police brutality. He, however, pleaded with the aggrieved youth not to undermine the legitimacy of their grievances by being violent and destructive. The protesters at Alausa handed a communique to the governor, which detailed the 5-point demands and expectations from the leadership. Sanwo-Olu said the Lagos state government will be addressing 3 of the protesters' demands that are within purview of the state and vowed to engage President Muhammadu Buhari and the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, on the remaining demands. The governor said he would continue to engage the federal government to initiate reforms that will bring about the police force that will protect and respect the rights of the citizens. He said, I understand a lot of youths have been battered and maimed by the people who are supposed to protect you. I understand you are all feeling the pain of brutality, which is why you have been taken to the streets to express your disappointments. Your voice has been heard loudly and actions have been taken from the highest office in the land to address your grievances. It is time for us to move forward and engage further on the demand. There is 5 point demand which you have submitted to us today. You demanded for the release of all protesters arrested on Monday. All of them have been released unconditionally. You demanded we set up a meeting that will lead to the process of getting justice and compensation for the victim of SARS brutality. I have instructed the Ministry of Youth and Social Development to set up a panel of inquiry ASAP that will get justice for the victims. You request that any citizen who has had a fatal encounter with SARS in Lagos to come forward and bring their cases to the panel. We will get justice for them. I have also set up a trust fund for the compensation of all victims of SARS brutality. For those who have died, we will be reaching out to their families. We request you, the protesters, to appoint your representatives into the panel and the trust fund for transparency. The governor said the fourth and fifth points in the protest demand, which border on police reform and improved remuneration for police officers across the country, were not in the purview of the state. He, however, promised to personally deliver the message to President Muhammadu Buhari and the IGP. Sanwo-Olu expressed concern over the violence that marred the EndSARS protest in Surulere on Monday, in which a civilian and a police officer died. He said the state government has commenced investigation in the matter but pleaded with the protesters not to take laws into their hands. Sanwo-Olu assured the demonstrators that he would be leaving the protest ground for Abuja to meet with the president and the IGP as he had promised. He said, as long as I did promise to you yesterday, I'll be meeting with Mr. President today to fiscally present your demands to him. From this protest ground, I will be leaving for Abuja to meet with the President, Muhammadu Buhari, and the IGP. I will deliver your message and demands. Sanwo-Olu again demonstrated his support for the EndSARS campaigners. He carried a placard and marched on the road with the protesters. These are the kind of government that we need, that can stand for the people, not the ones that stand against the people, because of course, Nigeria needs more better leaders, and of course, they deserve a better leader. So, guys, that is it from here. Thank you so much for listening. You've been wonderful. And also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.